What's up, y'all? So I'm back with another nail video, and today I am doing a freestyle set on my client's nails. And she basically told me what color she wanted and her budget, and we're just working from there. So here I'm going on her nail tips. I will show you the bag that the nail tips came in. These are also the same nail tips. If you watched my previous nail video of me discussing the press-ons, these are the same nails that I use to make the press-ons, and I actually love using them to do full sets, and you will see the outcome. They have this really nice curve to them. So I already laid all the tips out for her nail size. That way I can move faster when gluing the nail tips on. So once I pick out the size for like the pinky, I go ahead and pull out a second one so that when I do the other hand, I'm not digging into the nail tip box. I'm just literally picking it up, gluing it on, picking it up, gluing it on. So yeah, that's always the easy part. So next we're going straight into shaping because she liked the length of the nails already. So we did a coffin shape. So here I'm just filing down the side walls to make them a little more straight because they are curved. These are pre-shaped tips. They were pre-shaped coffin. But of course, since they're made to cover the full nail and I use them as a full set, the side walls are really, really wide. So I'm just taking my 80/80 grit nail file and I am filing the side walls down as well as the tip of the nail. Anytime I file the tip of the nail, I lay the file down vertical, up and down against the tip of the nail to make it that super box look. If you guys have having trouble to getting your shape looking super boxy, try using your file vertically at the tip, and that should help. Also, as always, make sure you grip the fingers at least tight, so that the finger is not wobbling side to side, because that will hurt the client if you're not gripping the finger tight enough while filing. So once I shape her nails, I'm just taking my cuticle pusher now and I'm pushing back all the dead skin on her, around her cuticles and all that's on the nail bed. So this is how I've been prepping lately. I didn't record the very beginning. All I did was take the paper drill and drill the tips of her nails. Then I glued the nail tips on. So y'all only missed one step. So once I do that, I'm going to take my paper drill bit and I'm going to drill around the cuticle of her nails, getting the dead skin off, as well as her nail bed, to remove any shine and anything that's on her nail bed so that we won't have any lifting or any problems with the foundation of the nail. When you're using your paper drill bit, you do not have to apply a lot of pressure. If you're not comfortable with using the paper drill bit yet and you're not sure if you're applying enough pressure or not, you can always hand file. But always have your drill set to a low speed and never apply too much pressure because you can burn the client's nail. Your client's nails should never burn. They should never complain about burning. Sorry that this particular hand keeps getting out of view while I'm recording. It'll go out of view sometimes, but for the most part, you guys will see everything I do to the right hand. The left hand, I kept getting out of focus. So once I paper drill bit her nail, I don't know the technical name for this drill bit, this circle ball metal one. So we're gonna use that and get any excess skin that the paper drill bit did not get off, because you don't want, I don't want to damage her nail beds. You don't want to damage the skin from drilling too much. And this particular drill bit gets the skin off perfectly. You do not have to, as well as like the paper drill bit, you do not have to apply a lot of pressure. Just the slightest sweep across will get any excess dead skin off and prep the nails perfectly. This is how I've been prepping my clients' nails, and I haven't been having problems with lifting or anything. So now, if you guys been watching my videos, if you're new, this is how I set up to apply powder. So I lay down a Ziploc bag first, and then I put the napkin on top. That way, when I'm finished, I can turn the Ziploc bag or the sandwich bag inside out to discard the contents. And I'm also pulling out different powders and testing them. Anytime I do my clients' nails, anytime, I always test out the colors first, just to see, especially if they ask for something in particular. That way they can see what they're getting. So you're gonna see me swap a powder, and the powder that I'm swatching is custom made, and I didn't like it. It didn't have enough glitter iridescent look to it, so I went with a glitter by Glam and Glitz, and the glitter is from their diamond collection, and it's called Nova. Very, very beautiful. So we went with that. That powder I just showed you is a custom made pink powder that I mixed with like 3-4 different powders, and that's also a custom made milky white powder that I made. If you guys follow me on Instagram, like the past 2 years, I used to go live on Instagram all the time, and I named that powder Porn Star White. So yes, that's the Porn Star White powder that I make. And now we're just starting with the freestyle set. So here I'm applying a pink powder to the nail. And you guys, when you're doing nails and you learn to control your powder, the powder will do all the work for you. If you hold that fingernail down towards the ground, the powder will literally fall down on its own if the liquid to powder ratio is right. And all you have to do is make sure you maintain those side walls. So practice that. I love to do my clients' nails that way and just let that powder fall down and basically control the side walls of the powder and let it flow seamlessly, and you'll get like a really smooth surface as well. And the brush that I'm using is by the brand Flex Brush, and it is the number 14, and it has been pinched. So this nail we're doing ombre, so I'm taking that white powder, putting it down first, and then we're going to ombre it with the pink powder. So anytime I do a freestyle set on my clients' nails, we basically start off with what colors do you want to incorporate. If you don't care, then I do what I want. And we also figure out the budget. She did not want crystals on her nails, so instead we opt for glitter. So that's what made us go for glitter. No rhinestones today. I've had this brush that I'm using, you guys, for like 2 years, and it's still hanging on. Like, the brush used to have a black handle, but now it's a wood handle because all of the black has came off from chemicals and from me soaking it or whatnot. But the bristles still work good. I absolutely love this brush. I have like 3 or 4 of them. Some of them are old, some of them are new, but this particular one I still grab and go for it. So this is an X-Acto knife, and what I'm going to do with that is I'm laying the pink powder down, and we're going to cut a V French into the tip of her nails. So I lay the powder all the way down as if I'm going to do that nail in the full pink color, and then I'm going to take the X-Acto knife to cut away the powder and create that V shape. And anytime you're using the X-Acto knife, it's super duper sharp, you guys. You have to be careful. You don't want to cut your client. And then you see it's not perfect, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back later, and you're going to see me use the nail filer to perfect the V shape. Here is that glitter from Glam and Glitz, and it's called Nova. It is absolutely beautiful, especially on a clear nail tip. And as you guys can see, I'm laying all of the powders down thin with the exception of the middle finger because I am going to clear cap all of the nails. I tend to lay my powders down thin. That way I'm saving product, and I clear cap and build my apex up with clear powder. So next, here's what I was telling you guys. I am taking the same nail filer that I used to pre-shape her nails, and I am going to use it to perfect that V, that cut I made. And I'm just laying it straight against it. You need to wait till the acrylic gets hard, of course. All right, you guys, so basically I'm going to do the exact same thing on this hand. No switch up or anything, like literally the exact thing, same thing, the same pattern. Also, this pink powder that I'm using, it does glow in the dark. How I came to make this powder, I had a Cover Pink powder, I don't remember what brand, and it was a little too pink, so I mixed it with a little bit of brown powder, acrylic powder, and I also added some of Glam and Glitz glow in the dark powder, and the name of it is Constellation. So this powder actually glows in the dark. My goal was to make it a little bit more tan than pink. And we're out of focus, but it's okay because we did the other hand and you saw what happened. When I'm working, you guys, I sometimes am unaware of me being in the camera and out the camera because I'm actually not looking in the camera, because it kind of slows me down. When I first set up everything, I'm like, okay, we're good, both hands are in view, and then I start working and get comfortable, and that hand just kind of veers to the right, like keeps veering that way, and I'm not conscious of looking at the camera and ensuring that my client's hand is in view. So my apologies for that. So here I'm doing the same thing with the X-Acto knife, and I am cutting away the powder to create that V shape, and then I'm going to go in with the nail file to make it more crispy. So I put the fingers side by side just to make sure they're identical. And this one was actually, the powder came down a little further to the tip. So I'm just fixing it so that they look exactly the same. And they are the same. So once I get that done, now it's time to fill in the remaining space, and I'm going to take that off-white powder and use that powder to for the tip of the nails. And you want to make sure you wipe away any excess dust, of course. So instead of putting the powder down and dragging it down towards the tip, I'm gonna put the powder down and you'll see me drag it up towards the cuticle. That way we're filling in that space, and also that way we're creating a smooth, flat surface. So I want the white to be smooth and flat along with the nude powder. And if it's lumpy, don't worry, because when you drill, you're gonna drill it to be smooth anyway. So it's okay if it's a little lumpy. But for the most part, when I do this, I just try to go ahead and make it even with the pink. That way I'm not drilling forever. I really skimp on drilling. Not in like, oh, I'm cheating or being lazy. But I lay my powder down as smooth as possible. That way I'm not drilling a lot. I literally do not drill a lot. If anything, I do file a lot when I'm doing my clients' nails. And a lot of them will say that to me, like I don't use the drill a lot. But for the most part, I drill on the cuticle, smooth out the surface a little bit more, and that's it. So as you can see, I'm trying to lay it as smooth as possible. And when I drill, we're not going to be drilling for forever. So I'm just laying that powder down and pulling it up to the cuticle and making sure I fill in all of the negative space that was empty. And that is how you do a French tip with powder, guys. A V-cut French tip at that. So once we laid all of the basic colors down, now it's time to clear cap. And I am using the Instant brand clear powder, not gel powder. It's not gel powder. It's not gel powder. It's just clear acrylic powder, you guys. Okay? Okay. So yes, we're going to clear cap all the nails with the exception of the middle finger, because I already built that finger up thick enough. And you'll see me keep adding powder to some of them to build up the apex a little more, because her nails are long, but she doesn't like the acrylic thick. So it's not going to be too thick. Sometimes I'll go a little thicker if my client isn't against it, just because the longer the nail, the more support you need so it won't break. But some people don't like thick nails and they're kind of careful, so she doesn't have a problem with breaking her nails. Alright, you guys, so once I clear cap, it's time to go back and just reshape those nails and make them super duper extra crispy. So I'm just shaping the nails, shaping the side walls down, making sure they're really straight and narrow, as well as boxing off the tip of the nail. That really finishes off the look, y'all. When you box off the tip of that nail and make it look super square and crispy, like, it's just so much more appealing. Also, I like to turn the client's hand over and look at it from, people use the term, the client's view. That way you can ensure that the tip of the nail is flush and even. As well as you can make sure the nails aren't crooked. I love to do that to make sure it's not crooked, because when you're filing the nail this way, it looks straight, but sometimes when you flip that nail over, you realize it's leaning a little bit. So it's always good to flip the hand over and look at it from the client's view. I also like to put the ring, middle, and pointy fingers side by side, because I like to make like that, and I like to make sure those nails are the same length. As you can see, that ring finger was longer, so you're going to see me particularly file that one down more. And also, turning the client's hand this way is a great way to box off that tip of the nail to make it look real crispy. Lay that nail file vertically against the tip of the nail and just file super straight. Don't curve it, don't bend it, just go straight. And it'll give it a real clean, crispy look. Make sure you're holding your client's finger tight so it's not wobbling everywhere, because especially if their nails are long, if you don't have a good grip on the finger, it will hurt their nail bed from it wobbling and from that pressure of the file moving the acrylic nail back and forth against their natural nail bed. Always have a good grip. I think sometimes I may grip a little too tight. So next we're just gonna drill. Here I'm using my fine drill bit. And you guys heard me explain this a million times if you watch my other videos. When I am drilling around my client's cuticle, I use my thumb to pull my thumb, and I'll use either my pointy or my ring finger to pull the skin of my client's nails back. That way I'm sealing the cuticle very, very good, okay? So here I'm drilling that cut nail just to expose the cleanness of the V shape, and you're just gonna drill it until it's super clean and all that excess white powder is gone. And you see I didn't even drill that nail much because I didn't lay tons of white powder on top. I tried to lay it just so it was just the right amount. Also, I like to use my pinky of the hand that the drill is in for stability. So I use that and lay it against the nail and the finger to make sure it's stable. Next, we're just gonna buff out the nail. And these are disposable buffers. I actually like them. They're just good for one time. Once you use them, they're no good anymore. And I'm just gonna buff out the nail, smooth out that surface, y'all. That's it, simple step. And you also want to buff under and file under in case there's any excess nail powder or any excess acrylic left from the file. And now we're gel top coating. This top coat is by the brand Gel Elixir. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's in a yellow and white bottle. You guys see me use it in my last couple videos is what I've been using. And just top coating her nails, and we're basically done, you guys, with the set once the top coat is on. Look at that glitter finger. And here is the final look. She was super happy. She's always happy with her nails. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, subscribe, drop a comment. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys for watching. Until next time, bye.